good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're seeing this video. It is the day after the 2024 NFL Draft, and we are back here again. Maybe my face is on the thumbnail, maybe it's not, but I have to take this opportunity to address the elephant in the room, which is me and my, quote, alternate personality. All right. And I know a lot of my real ones, they are tired of these type of videos. They say I don't have to make them. I feel that I have to make them. Now, I've said this many times before. I have my own opinion. I put it out on YouTube, and what I love, this is what I love. And this is kind of good thing I'm not narcissistic, because if I were, man, I would be Megamind right now. I put my opinion out on the internet. OK, and it's to be criticized. That's what I signed up for. Very similar to Jameson Williams. I make videos about the Detroit Lions with my opinion. All right. So it's only right that it gets criticized. That's not what the issue is. The issue is I put my opinion on the internet, and because it is different from what everyone else is saying, I'm the one that's brought up in other people's chats. I'm the one that have Reddit posts made about them. I'm the one that is the topic of everybody's conversation on Twitter. And I'm okay with that, because I refuse to stand in the crowd with everyone else. Now, it is something that I wanted to address, and I appreciate this guy's comment right here. This is coming from Jason Bates. He says, and this is to a video he made yesterday. He says, so here's the thing. I love your show. I have always looked forward to your shows. Your first round was such a change in how you address. I love your show because you are smart. Round one, night one, I was blown away with your screaming and demanding respect on your name. I'm not going to bail on you. Well, I appreciate that, Jay. I don't know if you care, but that show was a total bummer. Yeah, who you telling? Who are you telling, bruh? It was a total bummer. But let's address the first part of Jason's comment. First of all, Jason, thank you. Not offended at this comment at all. I appreciate comments like this, because you've been around, but you haven't been around for that long. The people that have been around before Lion Syndicate, and for a Lion Syndicate 2.5-year run, you know exactly who I am and what you're going to get when you deal with me. You are going to get Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. When it comes to watching Lions games, okay, I am Mr. Hyde the entire time. The whole time. When I am making videos, I am Dr. Jekyll. I think that's the right order, right? And when it comes to reactions, I'm a fan. That's what I am. See, all of this stuff, this is me enjoying what I do. The lion behind me, the studio lights, this microphone that cost a bunch of money, this setup, the time and love that I put into my craft is because I love it. Because I want to be the best at what I do. But it doesn't matter what I do. I'm a fan of the team. That's it. And fan is always up at the top. Now, the root word of fan is fanatic. I don't think I'm fanatical about the team. Like, I'm never going to fight anybody. They don't control me. But my reactions are 100% fan. The glasses, the proper speech, all that stuff, that's all me. But I'm a fan. And when it comes to my football team, okay, I have certain reactions. Now I can understand if yelling could be a trigger for people. I understand that. It's what I do. I'm going to apologize if I trigger anyone with yelling from maybe a rough childhood or something like that. But it's what I do. It's what I do. I don't cry. I cry sometimes. I cry when we lose a game or we win a game, depending on how emotional I get at the time. But crying because of a move Brad Holmes made or didn't made, I didn't. But let me go to some backstory for Jason. Jason, with the respect, the second thing, I was blown away with your screaming and demanding respect on your name. Let me tell you why I do that. I do that because I make videos about the Detroit Lions. And one thing that I've noticed, since it's been under Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes regime, is you cannot question Brad Holmes. I want to make something very clear. Okay. This is for the people in the back. They say actions speak louder than words, right? I understand that. But Brad Holmes is the best general manager I've ever seen for the Detroit Lions. And I've been a Lions fan. I'm 44. I've been a Lions fan since I was about 14. So I'm for 30 years. All right. He is doing a fantastic job, especially from what he had to work with. But there are flaws. There are things that I don't agree with. One thing that I don't agree with is the improper addressing of the specifically pass rush. That is my problem. If you watched any of my videos, not you, Jason, but if you watch my videos, if you were part of our history, if this is your first, if the draft wasn't your first time around me, first of all, anybody it wasn't their first time around, they weren't surprised at all. I had people coming from other channels to get ready for my reaction. You know why? Because I've been screaming about a defensive end, a assistant, a partner to Aiden Hutchinson, a real legit one. I'm not talking about James Houston. I'm not talking about no CFL Defensive Player of the Year. And that's not a shot at Matthew Betts. Okay? We don't know what he is in the NFL. We know he didn't make it, but we don't know what he is with the Detroit Lions. So I have been saying this for 5 years. And for 5 years, if you go through Brad Holmes' history of bringing in defensive ends, quality defensive ends in free agency and the draft, there's only one. There's only one. If you want to put James Houston in that category, that's fine. His name is Aiden Hutchinson. Josh Pascal. Nope. Levi Onwuzurike. Nope. Broderick Martin. Nope. Go. It's not me. I'm just the one that says it. I'm not the one who did this. I'm not the one who drafted Broderick Martin. That's another thing, too. When we talk about Broderick, you cannot talk negative about the man who's done the most for the Detroit Lions, right? You cannot criticize. You cannot critique. And it's funny because y'all can critique the life out of me. You know why? Because I'm just a dude sitting in his basement talking about his favorite team. I have no football IQ. I'm dumb. I don't know the game. I don't know the sport. My favorite quote is, "You don't know football." Here's the thing, though. I've been right. Why do you think I reacted like I did for those of you who've been around for 2 years now? It's Jamison Williams. Why? Because our defense was atrocious. And guess what? It started the year. A lot of y'all don't know this because y'all don't put in the research and the effort that I do with these videos and knowing about this team. The first 7, Aubrey Pleasant got fired, okay, because our defense was so bad. Our defense, the Miami Dolphins just wiped the floor with us, their receivers. Tyreek Hill, Waddle was going off. Aubrey Pleasant got fired, right? He got fired a couple days later. During that span of going 1-6, the Lions were trending to have the worst defense in NFL history. I'm going to say that again. They were trending to have the worst defense in NFL history. They wind up turning it around. Their defense was top shelf after that. But they had to sacrifice Aubrey Pleasant for that to happen. There's a couple things that I've been talking about for 4 years. Aaron Glenn, is he really it? Is if he doesn't have the pieces? And let me ask you this, because I want to, this is what I'm trying to, and I know what it is for me. It's my delivery. But I assure you that no one, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I'm delivering a message, all right? But no one is going to say what I say about your Detroit Lions on this platform. I assure you of that. I guarantee you that. I promise you that. Because everyone is too busy trying to please their audience in a way that they won't tell you the truth. They won't tell you how they really feel because they don't want the kickback. The kickback, yeah, does it get tough? It does. I'm human. And it's not the nicest thing said in the comment section. It's tough. It is tough. I'm not going to say I'm immune to it. Do I feed off it in a way? Kind of, right? I seem to be drawn in negative comments because I got that bone in me, man. I got that dog in me. You know what I'm saying? I got that guy in me that want to smoke. It's just that I ain't nobody got time for smoke like that, right? So it's Brad Holmes. I'm going to say those things. Now, let me be very clear. The draft, did we need cornerbacks? Yes, we did. Did he get cornerbacks? Yes, he did. I mean, this is 2 years now. He went hard for cornerbacks. And those are the facts. But when it comes to the defensive line, there are mediocre, subpar people on it. And if you remove Aiden Hutchinson from last year's equation, we have 28.5 sacks. I finally got the count right. 28.5. The closest one on the defensive line that got to the quarterback was 5 from Aleem McNeil. Now, let me clear something up again as well. We were great against the run. Fine. I'm not talking about interior linemen. I'm talking about a Robin to Aiden's Batman. That is simply what I'm talking about. I know that DJ Reader, I know what he's capable of creating. But if you say, so you mean to tell me, right? Now, we just drafted an undrafted rookie free agent yesterday that has hand problems. Wingo. I think it's Wingo, the one that's he's going to struggle against savvy offensive linemen. We took an edge rusher in undrafted free agency. There have been undrafted free agent edge rushers that have made names for themselves, right? So, but this video isn't about them. We got plenty of time to talk about that. It's about me. It's about you. And it's about the people that were blown away. I think he meant my round 2 reaction. That's what he meant when we drafted Rakestraw. That's what he was talking about. I had the same reaction for Jamison Williams. But the difference is, ladies and gentlemen, Jamison Williams was drafted in 2022. It was Brad Holmes' second year. I have not been begging this man at all costs. Do whatever it takes. Obviously, I'm being hyperbolic here, but for 4 years now, I have been begging him to get a solidified pass rush. Now in the video saying this, all right? And we got plenty more. This not going to be the start of something because I got undrafted rookie videos to make, undrafted free agent videos to make. But I feel the need to address this because I care to a certain extent. I don't not care. When I say I don't care what you think, it's because if I cared what you think, right, I would let you change the way I feel. I'm not trying to change how you feel. I simply put my opinion on the internet for you to agree or disagree. All right. You are entitled to have your opinion about anything, the Detroit Lions or for my comments. I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to change any of that. I don't want you to be a sheep. I don't want you to be like, well, golly, Derek is, yeah, you know what? He's right about. No, because you have the ability to make a YouTube channel and put your opinion out there too. Right. This has always been. But one thing that I hear, and it might not be the yelling and screaming, but one thing that I hear and why I have, and this is what I keep trying to tell y'all, right? One reason that I have 20,000, it happens all the time. I lost maybe about 100 subscribers Saturday night or Friday night. When I criticized Brad Holmes in free agency, I lost 200. What people will tell you in the comment section is this is him 100%. And what I understand is that while people might not necessarily agree with my delivery, they agree with what I'm saying. They appreciate what I'm saying. I am where I'm at because I've always been like this, because people appreciate, and that's not a brag. That's a swag. It's a swag. It's facts. You don't get this from anybody else. You don't get this type of realism from anyone. Do you think I want to be right about the Detroit Lions defensive line? No, I don't. And I say it again. If I have to be wrong for us to be winners, that's something I'm willing to trade off any day. Because at the end of the day, I'm not really anybody. I'm a dude sitting in my basement talking about his favorite team who will never be in the inner circle, who will never be approached by the Lions for anything. But that's not what's important to me. What's important to me is you guys knowing, whether you agree with it or not, what's important to me is you knowing that this guy here, he is always going to tell you like it is, whether you agree with it or not. He's always going to do that. He's never going to be a puppet. He's never going to be a patsy. He's never going to be a pansy. But guess what else he going to do? He going to have every other Detroit Lions YouTube channel running their mouth about him. So obviously I'm doing something right. I'm going to have Reddit posts, which we're going to be reacting to after I do the rookie free agents. A Reddit post made about this channel, in my opinion. If everyone else is talking about you, you must be doing something right. I refuse to be controlled. Brad Holmes is fantastic. And one thing that I know, and we going long here, but that's how these videos are. We're going to wrap it up real soon. One thing that I realized, and I saw this on Friday night, Brad Holmes got a little swag. He got a little swag. And you know what? Me and him got a lot more in common than you think. Only difference is Brad Holmes delivers like this. Well, positional value. I had never heard of that before. I didn't know positional value was a thing. What are you talking about? But me, I'm going to be like, positional value, young punk. What you talking about? You must not know me. That's how I'm going to do, right? But Brad Holmes he's a general manager. He can't lose his mind like that. He can't turn into Mr. Hyde, right? I can though. I will. So this is not a knock. This is not a diss. This is just trying to help all the new people to understand that guy who you saw is who I am. It's just different sides of me. That's all. Okay. Remember the Avengers when Tony's Cap said, Hawk, it's time to get angry or something like that. And he said, I'm always angry. That's kind of me right there. Right. This is my Bruce Banner. Saturday night is the Hulk. That's who I am all the time. I'm tired of losing. It's time to win. And we talked about this before. I'm glad that the bar is so high. I'm glad that the Lions overachieved, according to some people. They overachieved and they got to the NFC title game, because now anything less, now people going to start, oh, okay, all right, we were supposed to be in the Super Bowl. A lot of y'all think we going right back. I'm not so sure, because when we get to the playoffs, we got to run the table. We got to run the table. So anyway, this video was a long one, like a discourse. But after a weekend like that, and me sitting in front of the camera with the proper speech, I pronounce all my vowels, I do all that stuff. And then you see that guy, right? You gonna see him again, I'm telling you. He right here. He's right. This right here. Okay, what side is it? This is my left side. This right here. He's in here. He's waiting to come out. But when things, for a long time, he suppressed. And then he comes out, right? But I'm the same dude. And those who met me in person, you know this. You know this. We was at Uno's. You know this. I'm watching the game, yelling, screaming. And guess what? Nobody looked at me any other way, right? Maybe I look crazy on the internet. I don't know, but that's cool. So, Jason, appreciate the comment. Hope that clears everything up. Now it's time for me to get back to work, because I got a lot of UDFA videos to make. I want you to do this for me, all right? I want you to go around, as you're searching the internet and you're watching people's thoughts of the draft, come back to this chat and tell me if anybody critiqued anything about Brad Holmes. Because you know who nobody talks about? Broderick Martin. No one talks about him at all. The fact that we traded up to get him, because nobody does that, right? Anyway, if you made it this long, thank you. I got a special treat. I've been saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it the next couple of videos, okay? The black and blue lion, the one that we did a giveaway for, did not sell. It did not sell, okay? No, I'm sorry, did not sell. Nobody claimed it. So we are having a re-giveaway. We're going to do it all over again. So be ready for that announcement, so I can tell you exactly how to enter. I can tell you exactly what to do, so there will be no more questions about how to do it. It's going to be very clear, all right? To all my real ones, I appreciate it. To all my not real ones and critics, I appreciate you too. The more you talk about me, I'm like the candy man. That brother, look, only thing, I'm not going to come through your mirror. I'm like the candy man. You keep saying my name, and I ain't going nowhere. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.